up. He's like the Maru killer, okay? Forte, former Salvation. He's tried to go for like cheese builds against better opponents before. It never really works out. I mean,
the game that's like comes to mind for me the most with his like cheesiness was when he played against Bomber in the TVT and tried to cheese him. It totally failed, and then he outplayed Bomber and almost won the game. I feel like he showed his multitasking, he showed his skills and his tank back skills. Especially like his tank control is really good. He's on point with those. I worry for Dark if he tries to go Ravage or Roach again, just like we saw both other Zergs do earlier. I think that Forte might be able to deal with that.
Yeah, but this is the best Zerg, and notably also one of the best players in the world, may even be the best player in the world. There's no surprise that Forte doesn't get a single vote here. And Forte, a lot of pressure is taken off of him because he doesn't need to win. You know, they could get to an ace match, but if he takes them out here, that is huge for him and his team. Let's go into game number 4 now on King Sejong Station. Here in the top left, the player from SK Telecom, it is Dark.
And down here at the bottom right for MVP, it is Forte. A lot of MVP fans in the studio tonight, giving a lot of cheers, and they're up 2-1 versus SKT. An unlikely scenario, but one that, you know, I predicted earlier, only if Gumiho won could we maybe see this. Gumiho and, of course, someone else would lead us to this position. I like knew this was possible, but I never thought we'd see it.
Yeah,
And
there's always a possibility in Pro League, man, but I thought the possibility would be that maybe Gumiho wins. You know, like there wasn't a single doubt in my mind that Su was going to take game number 1, but he didn't play his best game and really played well. So things can happen like that in Pro League.
So this map is many people's all-time favorite map. It's mine. I love this map. I mean, obviously bases mine out faster in this game, so you do have to expand quicker. I feel like that was one of the weaknesses of this map in the past, was that you could kind of hold 3 bases and then take a 4th base after that if things went that far, and hold on to everything because everything was pretty close by. It was good for Terran versus Zerg because you could take that 4th base planetary. But I think with how much quicker you have to expand in Legacy, map gains a little bit from that. But yeah. I'm thinking we might see some Sky Terran here again. What do you think?
I mean, we saw it the other day, twice, in fact, once from Maru and once from TY. TY played against Bial on this map and tried it out. Bial is just way too good against mech in general, so he knew exactly how to take out TY. My question is, you know, I know that Dark is also quite good against mech, and has Forte practiced that style at all? I mean, I'm sure he's played around with it, but is he going to go for that style instead of the one that he's played a lot more, for sure? Against someone like Dark? Maybe, but I would be scared as Forte if I hadn't practiced it a lot.
It's really tough to say. As you were mentioning, these maps, very new. Well, I mean, they're very old, but the announcement is very recent.
Yeah.
Just last Friday, in fact, that came out that we would be using these ladder maps, or rather these non-ladder maps, I should say. So we're going to see a little bit of Reaper harass here, even committing to a 2nd Reaper.
Yeah, I actually like that on this map. It's that extra 50 gas, but the map has that lip. Don't forget about this, into the main, so he can like distract at the front, maybe jump in the back, and you just kind of get Dark off kilter from the get-go. It's an interesting idea.
Yeah. Here comes that Reaper around now towards the lip.
Dark immediately spots that.
Yep, and we'll have his Lings coming back. Some of these are low on health. Going to disrupt the drone mining instead of making these Lings initially with the mine. Gets a few kills here. I mean, this is starting to add up a little bit, forcing some more Lings out now, which is going to affect the drone production of Dark.
Yeah, it was 3 Lings that have gone down so far, so it's kind of annoying. Like I was saying, it just kind of messes with Dark, you know, just getting some extra kills that he wasn't expecting.
All right, dropping another mine. every time he disrupts that mining, it is actually going to force Dark to send everyone back onto the minerals. Kind of annoying. A little bit easier, I guess, for Forte to actually drop that down than it is for Dark to respond. He's continuing to check to see if there's a third base coming up. Back at home, he's getting a tank and a starport. No surprise. We're going to see that tank evac opening.
He could have actually delayed that third base. I wish he had his Reaper on hold position in the location of the third. And, you know, force the links to come down and then maybe drop in your second Reaper up into the main again. But either way, he was macroing back at home, just trying to get his base up and running as well.
Scout coming in here. Overlord Speed's going to finish just in time for Dark to scout the tank evac opening as well as this third base here. These Marines on super long patrol. And so as a result, they will clear that Overlord, or rather not clear that Overlord out. Here comes the drop ship. He was scouted, switching into Liberators, going into Stim. And this map, you can hold a pretty safe and easy third base. So I like that he's going for this fast CC with a little bit of pressure in front of it. And a nice scout here into the main. Will not see the Baneling nest, however.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not 100% sure. Well, when he sees this many links, he's got to be like, okay, you're going for that style. Dark, known to be pretty safe. He doesn't strike me as a Zerg in this matchup that would always try to rush out the Spire. He likes to stay on the ground, get that Baneling nest up, get those upgrades out as fast as possible, then eventually transition into Midas.
Ooh, look at this. He's going to drop Queens to deal with this drop. He's actually just going to follow the dropship around with Queens.
Well, that's one way to deal with it for sure.
I like it. Liberator is coming across the map, is already scouted, but guess what? Spores already ready. Not going to be easy to find damage with if it happens at all.
Yeah, I mean, when you play as many games as Dark has, you kind of just prepare everything. But look at this base. You can't get a Spore behind those minerals.
No, you can't. It won't fit. It won't work. And because the Queens are out of position, he actually can't. You know, the Queens are in the Overlord chasing this drop, so they couldn't do anything about it. Baneling's morphing here, meanwhile. Looks like he wants to use that Overlord to drop into the mineral line while this is going on. Baneling drops now kind of in the meta because you can morph Overlords individually now.
Yeah, and if you can get that massive amount of damage to, you know, he's only got 2 bases at this point. That's where half of his SCVs are going to be right now. So you could definitely do a huge amount of damage if your opponent is not expecting that.
Queen chase continues. Oh, he's baiting him. This is actually doing a little bit of damage, but he's in range of the Queen. The problem is the Queen is dead. And I think Dark's going to learn this lesson the hard way, that is not quite going to reach. Here comes the drop. He does scout it just in time with those medevacs.
Perfect timing there. And I suppose Dark is just going to wait until a more opportune moment to try to drop these in.
Looks like that Liberator actually got killed. Maybe not microing it back over there. A bit too close to the Spore Crawler. He could commit to the drop still. Yeah, there's a Marine here. That's it. Let's see how quickly Forte reacts.
Or
okay,
if he doesn't react, here we go. Baneling's coming through. Oh, no. 13 kills.
And that's the unlucky number here for this Terran. And now aggressively moves across the map with Bio. Will kill the Overlord, but still a huge success here. You can see based on Forte's face right now, he's not happy with this one. Supply is even right now, but no combat shields for these Marines, not even started. 1-1 is done.
Wow, I wonder if he forgot about that.
I think he did.
You can't be getting out combat shields this late. I don't care what kind of build you're going for. Like, there it is.
Very late.
On the production tab.
Baneling's speed almost done. This third base may be the next target for some Baneling run-bys. Also, Baneling drops can still work. Oh, is he going to get a snipe? Nearly.
Yeah, he's got to go back and repair that now.
Baneling speed's done. This Bioforce is not going to have many opportunities. He's going to have to lift that immediately. Not losing a single Marine, very impressive. Spire on the way. So these drops, even with perfect lifts, aren't going to be as scary anymore. Oh, this is just funny.
Dark was actually one of the players that used to do this all the time on this map. You remember? He would make a lot more Banelings than 4. But he would always just try to run down, break the supply depot wall that was always there in this matchup because the Terrans needed to defend against it. And then he would send in Lings, or he would send in more Banelings. And he kind of made that a standard, at least when he was playing on this map and other maps too.
Well, he's got a few more Lings up to possibly do that follow-up run by. And that's a Droverlord right there. So maybe he could morph those into Banes, go for an attack later. I like that we're seeing that a lot more in Legacy of the Void. Just seeing it in general. Combat Shield's still not done for this Bioforce, but it's just close enough to where he can try to engage this. If he splits, he's got a tank here as well. And Dark is actually just going to disengage, not going to commit to the fight.
One more tank being pushed forward, and here we go again. There's a turret, but it doesn't matter if you don't move your SCVs. He does move his SCVs.
Only 2 get out there, and he kills 6 SCVs and a turret. But look at this fight here. Dark gonna run in. Some of that bio was not nearby. He's losing a ton of Marines.
Oh man, Dark just overwhelming the turn. Here we go again at the third base this time. The pull too late.
Yep, just all of these drop overlords finding their mark here. And Forte now on the back foot. Nice bait here into the Widowmine. That is a decent split, but still loses a lot of Lings. I don't think Dark will be able to commit much further here, although he just commits into the bunker. He's just trying to overpower his way in. He needs more units than this, but still, Forte on the back foot here, trying to defend, losing more SCVs at his third base right now. This may be enough, actually.
Yeah, it's almost just overwhelming tempo here. The Widowmines aren't getting the best hits that he wants them to get. And there's only one tank in the back, and there's nothing to defend against the Lings.
Banelings blowing up even some of the Widowmines here. And yeah, he's got 2 morphing now, or rather burrowing on the ramp. But so many SCVs killed. He's down now to 47. His third base is not mining at all. All of those depots are ripe for the taking. And the Spire's been done for a while. He made Corruptors, hashtag Dark style.
Yeah, he's back, man. Heart of the Swarm, Dark. And eventually, I mean, he's done his damage, right? His scan's going to go down. He's not going to be happy about that. He's using a scan when he needs to desperately get his economy back online. Top down to 46 SCVs at this point. Dark just going to try to end the game here with basically Ling Bling Corruptor.
The 22 of his army supply is in these medevacs. Looks like he's just going to crash into these Widowmines. Doesn't even care about them. And there's nothing on the ground. He doesn't have enough. All he has is medevacs with 3, 4, 5 Marines underneath them. Corruptors are just going to ignore the Marines. They're armored air units here. Ling's on the ground dealing with the SCVs. He doesn't actually even commit all of his units up there.
Nice drop at the 4th base, though. He's like desperately trying to get back into this one. It's going to force Dark to bring some of his units back, but as you can see, not much of a 3rd base, not much of a natural. That mining has been shut down too. The lifespan of that CC isn't looking too good either.
No, look at this. Just not enough bio on the ground. These Lings are heavily upgraded. He's not going to commit with all these medevacs, but he will kill this orbital. If he just clicks on it one more time. Down it goes. 25 SCVs left. Yes, he will lose his Corruptors, but he saved his 4th base. That drop actually went into the main and still escapes, but nothing else going on here.
Okay, just barely going to get that repair just in time.
Well, he barely has enough money to repair it, in fact. Like 20 minerals. These queens that were the siege tank hunters now going to be the defenders of the main base. All the Marines go down. A 5th base is started. And what can Forte possibly hope to accomplish here?
Well, he's going to say the best defense is a good offense, but he can't really fight into this. Here comes Dark. Dancing the Lings immediately at GG. And we are going to our ace match.
There you have it. SKT forces the ace match. Gumio bringing us here with that win. And, you know, we had that upset in the first game as well. Su not able to take out his first opponent playing that Roach Ravager, but let's see who's coming out here. I'm feeling like I almost want to see...
Well, the map is Overgrowth, Wolf. We are going to see Overgrowth today. That's really nice.
I want to see Departure from MVP. I don't know who I want to see for SKT. I mean, they really have unlimited choices. I think Innovation is the safest move.
I don't know. I think Dark is the safest move because Dark can play a ZVZ. I'm sure he doesn't want to show off much of his ZVZ before the finals. Well, I guess he is playing up against Stats, so
he's playing ZVP now.
Okay, so in fact, I think I just want to see him come out because who's the Protoss that's going to come out in the ace match? I mean, if they really want to make sure that they win this one, Dark is your best option, but are they going to use him? I understand why they wouldn't at the same time.
Gumio's not a bad choice. Seed is a bad choice, but not one that's out of the question. because they do like to use Seed in these rare occasional ace matches. It's like Younghwa. Remember Younghwa would play in these matches where it doesn't seem like he's the right choice, but he comes out and wins.
Yeah.
It's like when KT would pull Flash out to him, like, well, I mean, you guys have better choices, but you're going to go with this guy who's got a lot of experience. I see what you're doing here.
Yeah. I saw Uv trying to talk to Dark here a bit. He may be the option, but let's not count our chickens before they hatch, Wolf.
That's right. Seed is not wearing a jersey, so I guess he's not playing today. He's moved into a more.
He's the coach, I guess, for now.
Yeah, he's moved into the, I guess, the full coaching role now. But as we go into this ace match, does MVP know the player that they can use to actually pull the biggest upset of the season? This is, it all comes down to one final map here in Game 5 on Overgrowth.
Who are they going to bring out? I just want to see who the players are here. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought out Gumiho.
Gumiho, the choice that everyone expects. You know, we were saying earlier, Gumiho, the player that we thought would have the closest chance of even taking a map. He did that. He's forced this ace match. All right, the players on stage about to have the reveal.
All the lights out in the studio. Who's it gonna be for both of these players?
The reveal, Gumiho versus Dark.
Dark
will play his second ZVT of the night.
And that is going to be on Overgrowth, so you guys do not want to miss this. Dark, a ZVT killer, but Gumiho, he's got that special something that allows him to win best of ones from time to time, so we'll see if he can do it. But guys, we're going to go to a 10-minute break first. We'll be right back before our ace match.